Hello and welcome. For this class, we will have 2 blocks near the front of our mat, one on either side. I also have a blanket nearby as an option for extra padding. Once you have your props gathered, we'll begin by standing at the back of our mat. Coming to stand at the back of your mat with your feet hip distance apart or a little bit wider, toes facing forward. And taking a couple breaths just to arrive in a mountain pose. Maybe shifting the weight a little side to side, front to back, and just feeling the feet in the floor. And then coming to a place that feels centered. And from the feet spreading down into the floor, starting to allow the crown of the head to reach a little taller towards the sky. Eyes might soften on a point on the horizon, or the eyes might close if that feels okay. And taking a moment here in mountain pose to arrive in your body. This practice will be one that flows a little bit more, that times more movement with the flow of breath. And knowing that if any point you prefer to stay still, or if your rhythm of breath is a little different from mine, you are always welcome to modify. It is your practice. Stay in a shape longer if you like. Change the timing of your movements to match your rhythm of breath today. Taking a few more rounds of breath here, just feeling the breath moving in the body. Feeling the expansive quality as you breathe in. And the centering quality of the breath out. And when you're ready, letting the eyes open or adjust again into the room. And then with your next breath in, we'll inhale to sweep the arms up. And then exhale, arms will come all the way back down by the sides. Inhale, sweeping the arms up, letting the shoulders lift towards the ears. And then exhale, arms sweep down, shoulders dropping away from the ears. Do that one more time. Inhale, sweeping the arms up, growing tall. And then exhale, arms lower all the way back down. This time, inhale, sweep the arms up. And then as you exhale, hinge at the hips, soft at the knees, fold all the way down over the legs. Inhale, hands slide up the leg bones, lengthen halfway up. And exhale, fold down over the legs. Inhale, press into the feet, come all the way up. Exhale, arms lower down by your sides. Inhale, arms sweep up, shoulders lift. Exhale, fold down over the legs. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. And exhale, fold over the legs, soften your knees. Inhale, press into the feet, reach the arms up. Exhale, arms lower by the sides. Adding on, inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward, coming down. Inhale, lengthen halfway, armpits reaching forward, and exhale to fold. This time, bending at the knees, bending at the hips. Inhale, come up into your squat. Exhale, press into the feet, straighten the legs, arms come down. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold down over the legs. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. And exhale to fold. Inhale into your squat, shifting weight into your heels. Exhale, press your feet into the floor, come all the way up to stand. Adding on again, inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward, coming down. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, fold down over the legs. Inhale, come up into your squat. Exhale, rotate to the right as you prayer your hands. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, fold down over your legs. Walking the hands forward as you breathe into a plank pose. As you exhale, lower your knees directly down to the mat. Inhale, tail lifts, chest reaches forward, chin comes up to arch the back. Exhale, tail rounds down, lower middle upper back up, chin back towards your chest. Inhale, arching the back. This time keep that shape. Exhale, bend your elbows, lower your chest down to the floor. Inhale, tops of the feet down, slide forward, cobra pose. Exhale, lower all the way back down. Inhale, hands and knees press to take us back to table. Exhale, curl your toes, hips go up and back to downward dog. Inhale, walking your hands back towards your feet. Exhale, fold over your legs, forward bend. Inhale into your squat. Exhale to stand, arms lower, back down. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, fold forward, coming down. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, fold, let all of the breath drop out. Inhale, up into your squat. Praying your hands to the left first, rotate in your squat. Inhale to center, keeping the hips low. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, fold down over the legs. Inhale, hands walk forward to plank pose. Exhale, knees come directly down, long tabletop shape. Inhale, tail lifts, belly drops, chest and eyes up. Exhale to round, spread your shoulder blades apart. Inhale again, arching the back. Keep this shape. Exhale, bend your elbows slowly, let your chest lower down. Inhale, tops of the feet down, hips down, cobra pose. Exhale, lower all the way back down. Inhale to hands and knees. This time as you exhale, thread your left arm underneath your right as you shift your hips back towards a thread the needle. Head could stay lifted. You could also bring the left side of your head down. Taking a couple breaths here. One more full breath in. Long breath out. And then as you inhale, come forward again, tabletop pose. As you exhale, we're going to lower all the way down to the front of the body. Tops of the feet, hips are heavy. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower slowly all the way back down. Inhale, hands and knees take us to that long table. Exhale, right arm threads under the left as we shift the hips back towards a thread the needle. Head could stay a little lifted if that feels better, or the right side of the head comes down to the mat. Taking a few breaths here. One more full breath in. Long breath out. And then as you inhale, come forward again to that long tabletop shape. Slowly, slowly, that whole exhale takes you down to the front of the body. Tops of the feet, pubic bone heavy. Loop your shoulders. Inhale, come up, cobra pose. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, hands and knees to that long table. Exhale, thread the left arm underneath the right. Inhale, come forward again, table. Exhale, slowly lower to the front of the body. Inhale, cobra pose. And exhale to lower. Inhale, hands and knees press. Exhale, thread right arm underneath the left. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, cobra pose, shoulder blades draw together. Exhale, lower down. Inhale to hands and knees. Exhale, curl your toes, hips go up and back to downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths in downward dog, and if you want to pedal the feet a little bit, if you want to wag your tail a little side to side, taking a couple breaths in downward dog. From there, when you're ready, an inhale will take the right leg up. Exhale, step the right foot to the right hand. Coming up onto fingertips or blocks sliding in underneath the hands. Take an inhale to reach the heart forward, letting the shoulder blades draw together on the back. And as you exhale, can you think of charging back a little bit through your left heel, squeezing your left thigh. Taking a couple breaths here, finding length through the lines of the back leg, all the way out the crown of the head. And one more full breath in. And then as you breathe out, starting to send the hips up and back, right knee straightens any amount, folding and rounding down over the right leg. And again, hands might be on blocks here. Head might stay a little lifted, or if it feels okay for balance, the weight of the head might drop. Taking another full breath in, and a long breath out. And then as you inhale, please rebend into that right knee. Left hand stays underneath the shoulder. As you exhale, right arm twists up, chest turning to the right. Gaze could be to the side or looking up beyond the right hand. Taking a couple breaths here, still finding that engagement in the back leg as the left heel presses back in space. One more full breath in. As you breathe out, hands come down underneath the shoulders. Inhale to downward dog, walking the hands back towards the feet. Exhale, folding over the legs. Inhale, come up into your squat. Exhale, press into the feet. Come to stand. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold down over the legs. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale to fold. Inhale into your squat. Exhale, prayer the hands, twist to the right. Inhale to center, and exhale over to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, fold down over the legs. Inhale, walking your hands forward, plank pose. Exhale, knees come directly down. Inhale, tail up, chest up, chin up. Exhale to round. Inhaling to arch the back. Keeping this shape, exhale, slowly bend your elbows, chest comes down. Inhale, cobra pose, toes heavy, pubic bone heavy, and exhale to lower down. Inhale to hands and knees. Exhale, thread right or left arm behind the right as you shift hips back to thread the needle. Inhale, come forward, tabletop. Exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale to lower. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, right arm threads behind left, thread the needle. Inhale, come forward, table. Exhale, curl toes, press back to lift the knees. Take your inhale here, rooting your fingertips, pressing your heels back, and exhale, slowly lower down. Tops of the feet come down. Inhale, cobra pose, and exhale to lower. Inhale, hands and knees, curl toes. Exhale, hips up and back to downward dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot steps to left thumb. Coming to fingertips or blocks. Inhale, reach the crown of the head forward away from your right heel. As you exhale, can the shoulders release down a little away from the ears? Taking a couple breaths here. One more full breath in. As you breathe out, hips go up and back, left knee straightens any amount, weight of the head might drop. Taking a couple breaths here, rounded over your left leg. One more big breath in. Long breath out. And then as we inhale, rebending into the left knee. As you exhale, left arm twists up, reverse side angle. Gaze to the side or looking up past the left hand. Right heel pressing back in space, muscles of the right thigh hugging to the bone. Taking another full breath in. As you breathe out, planting palms underneath the shoulders. Inhale back, downward dog, walking hands back to feet. Exhale, folding over the legs. Inhale, coming into your squat, hips go back and down. Exhale, press into your feet, come up to stand. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward, coming down. Inhale, lengthen tail to crown. Exhale, folding down. Inhale into your squat, bending at the knees. Exhale, prayer hands, twist to the left first. Inhale to center, and exhale over to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, ribs to thighs, fold over your legs. Inhale, walking the hands forward, plank pose. Exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, hips up and back to downward dog. Now as you inhale, let your right hand press more firmly and down into the mat. And as you exhale, left hand reaches towards the right outer thigh, maybe the shin. Taking a couple breaths here. One more full breath in. Long breath out. Inhale, left hand comes back, shoulder distance from the right one. Exhale, release the weight of your skull. Inhale, right leg lifts up, three-legged dog. Exhale, right foot to right thumb. Blocks might come under the hands. Inhale, lengthen left heel out your crown. Exhale, hips go up and back, right knee straightens any amount. Keep the shape of the legs. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, lion's roar, stick out your tongue as you fold. Inhale, rebend into that right knee. Exhale, right arm twists up, spinning the chest to the right. As you inhale, let your hand come back down underneath the shoulders. Exhale, hips go up and back to downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward, plank pose. Exhale, slowly lower down. Tops of the feet down, pubic bone heavy. Inhale, cobra. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, hands and knees. Curl your toes. Exhale, hips go up and back to downward dog. Inhale, left hand is pressing forward and down, stable through your left shoulder. As you exhale, right hand reaches towards the left outer thigh, maybe shin. Taking a couple breaths, weight of the head soft.
One more full breath in. Long breath out. As you inhale, right hand comes back, shoulder distance from the left. Exhale, soften the weight of your skull. Inhale, left leg lifts up. Exhale, left foot to left thumb. Inhale, fingertips or blocks, lengthen right heel up your crown. Exhale, hips go up and back, left knee straightens any amount. Inhale, lengthen tail to crown. Lion's roar, stick of your tongue, fold. Inhale, rebend into the left knee. Exhale, left arm, chest, spin to the left. Inhale, hand comes back underneath the shoulders. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths in downward dog, or knees could come down to the mat for a child's pose. Taking another full breath in. Long breath out. Coming back to downward dog if the knees are lowered. From there, as we inhale, right hand presses forward and down. Exhale, left hand towards the right upper leg. Inhale, back to downward dog. Exhale, soften the lines of the neck. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right foot to right thumb. Inhale, lengthen, crown of the head from the left heel. Exhale, hips go up and back to fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, lion's roar, fold. Inhale, rebend into that right knee. Exhale, right arm twists up, spinning the chest to the right. From there, as you inhale, bring the right hand back down. As you exhale, pivot and drop your left heel in. Inhale, windmill the arms up to warrior two. As you exhale, settle the weight between the feet, adjusting the stride if they didn't quite land where you wanted. As you inhale, reverse the warrior, right arm lifts up and back. Exhale to side ankle, right forearm down, left arm overhead. Inhale, all the way back, reverse warrior. Exhale to side angle. One more time, moving with your rhythm of breath. This time we'll inhale, come back to warrior two. Exhale, press into the right foot to straighten the knee. Inhale, turn the right foot so toes are facing to the side. As you exhale, hands to the hips, hinge and fold down. Fingertips come underneath the shoulders. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to fold down between your legs, letting the weight of your head drop. Taking a couple breaths here, soften the shoulders. Knees might be a little bent if that feels better in the body. Taking one more full breath in. Long breath out. And then as you inhale, lengthen again, tail to crown, bringing the torso halfway up. From there, as you exhale, put your left hand down a little bit more underneath the center of your chest. From there, we're going to inhale, take the right arm up, spinning the chest up to the right. From there, as you exhale, maybe turning the head to start to look towards the ceiling. Taking a couple breaths there. One more big breath in. As you breathe out, bringing the right hand down underneath the center of your chest, replacing the left, and then inhale, left arm comes up, spinning the chest to the left, and then turning the gaze up towards the ceiling. Can you think of maintaining some length between the crown of your head and your tail? And can you use the support of the right hand below you to wrap the right ribs around and up towards the left ones? Taking another full breath in. As you exhale, bringing the hands underneath the shoulders again. Inhale to lengthen. Then as we exhale, we're going to walk our hands to the top of the mat, pivoting the toes. Inhale, step to plank pose. Exhale, slowly lower down. Knees can always come down first. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, slowly, hands and knees lift us up. Curl your toes. Exhale, hips go up and back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left hand continues to press. Exhale, right hand towards the left leg. Inhale, back to downward dog. Exhale, soften the skull. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot to left thumb. Fingertips are blocked with the hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hips up and back to fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine halfway. Lion's roar, stick out your tongue as you fold. Inhale, rebend into that left knee. Exhale, left arm twists up to the left. From there, as you inhale, left hand comes back down. Exhale, pivot and drop your right heel in. Inhale, windmill up, warrior two. Exhale, adjust your stride, weight heavy between both feet. Inhale, reverse your warrior, left arm up. Exhale to side angle, left forearm down, right arm up or overhead. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale to side angle. One more time. Inhale, reverse. Exhale to side angle. This time, inhale, come back to warrior two. Exhale, straighten the left knee. Inhale, pivot the left toes, hands to the outer hips. I'll just turn so it's easier to see. Exhale, fold down over the legs. Fingertips underneath the shoulders. Inhale to lengthen. And then exhale, come into a wide-legged forward bend. Taking a couple breaths here. Knees might be fairly soft if that feels better for the back of the legs. Giving the head maybe a little nod or shake. From here, fingertips come underneath the shoulders. Take an inhale to lengthen. And then as you exhale, heel toe your feet in a little bit narrower so the legs aren't quite as wide as apart. From there, fingertips stay down. Take an inhale to lengthen. As we exhale, we're going to take the left arm and bring it towards the right outer leg. From there, the right fingertips might start to crawl a little bit further forward in space. And then from there, as you exhale, the weight of the head could drop and you might start to bend your left elbow towards the center or a little bit over towards the left to help wrap the left ribs around towards the right ones. Taking a couple breaths here, weight of the head heavy. One more full breath in. Long breath out, releasing the outer leg. Inhale, fingertips come underneath the shoulders to lengthen. And then as you exhale, take your right hand and reach for your outer left leg. From there, left fingertips can start to crawl further forward. Weight of the head can drop, and that right elbow might bend to wrap the right ribs around towards the left ones. Maybe really looking underneath the left armpit. Taking another full breath in. Long breath out. And then inhale, fingertips coming underneath the shoulders, lengthen. And then we'll exhale, walking the hands to the front of the mat, pivoting all 10 toes. Inhale, step to downward facing dog. And then as you exhale, soften the knees gently down to the mat. Tops of the feet can come down, shifting the hips back towards a child's pose. And taking a couple breaths here, hands might continue to reach forward. You might lift the heels of the hand. You could also stack fists or palms to support the forehead if that feels better in your body. Taking another full breath in. And a long clearing breath out. Then from there, as you inhale, lifting head, hands will come shoulder distance apart again at the top of the mat. As you exhale, shift forward, curl your toes, hips will go up and back to downward facing dog. Taking a big breath in downward dog. And a long clearing breath out. Now as you inhale, right hand presses more firmly down. Exhale, left hand towards the right outer leg. Inhale back, downward dog. Exhale, letting the heels get a little heavy, shifting the weight back. Inhale, right leg comes up. Exhale, right foot to right thumb. Inhale, lengthen, left heel out the crown. Exhale, right knee straightens, hips go up and back. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, lion's roar, stick out your tongue to fold. Inhale, rebend into that right knee. Exhale, right arm comes up, twisting the chest towards the right. Inhale, right hand comes back down. Exhale, pivot the left heel in towards the center. Inhale, come up, warrior two. Exhale, weight heavy in both feet. Inhale, reverse your warrior, right arm lifts. Exhale to side angle, right forearm down, left arm reaching up or forward. Inhale, come back, warrior two. Exhale, right knee straightens. Pivot the right toes forward, hands to the hips as you breathe in. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, fingertips underneath the shoulders, lengthen. This time as you exhale, we're going to pivot just the right heels onto a 45. As you inhale, bending into the right knee, walking the hands over towards the right. Taking a couple breaths there. And then from there, when you're ready, inhale, right foot is pressing down. We walk back to center, right toes pivot in, left toes pivot diagonally. Bending the left knee in the direction of the toes, hands walk over any amount. Taking a couple breaths, seeing how that feels to the left side. And then we'll inhale, come back to center, left toes pivot in. One more time, right toes pivot out. We bend the right knee and we go over towards the right. Now from there, fingertips underneath the shoulders. Take a look at your left leg. We're going to turn the left thigh in the socket so the left knee and the left toe start to point up. From there, can you imagine the heels drawing towards one another? So energetically, there's a little lift in your seat as opposed to sinking to gravity. Fingertips might stay underneath the shoulders for extra support, or if you feel okay here, then the arms might lift, prayering the hands. Energetically, heels are hugging towards one another. Taking another full breath in. Then as you exhale, lower the hands back down. Inhale to center, turning the toes forward, and then the left heels pivot out, bending the left knee, walking the torso over to the left. Fingertips underneath you to support, right thigh turns in the socket, knee and toes point up. Can you imagine really hugging the heels in towards one another, energetically lifting the sit bones a little from the floor? From there again, fingertips might stay down, or if you're feeling quite steady, the hands might lift. Right heel charging down and back towards you. Taking another full breath in. As you breathe out, fingertips come down if they lifted. Inhale, come back to center, toes pivoting forward. Fingertips underneath the shoulders as you breathe out. Take an inhale to lengthen and an exhale to fold and round. Inhale again, please lengthen. Exhale, walking the hands to the top, pivoting your toes. Inhale to downward facing dog. Taking a breath in downward dog, releasing the weight of the head. One more full breath in. Long breath out. Inhale, left hand is pressing down. Exhale, right hand to the outer left leg. Inhale back to downward dog. Exhale, maybe a little bend in the knees, shifting the weight of the hips back in space. Inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale, left foot to left thumb. Inhale, right heel, crown of the head, lengthen. Exhale, hips go up and back, left knee straightening. Inhale, lengthen crown to tail. Lion's roar, stick out your tongue as you fold. Inhale, rebend into that left knee. Exhale, left arm lifts up. Inhale, fingertips come back down. Exhale, right heel pivots in. Inhale, windmill up, warrior two. Exhale, spread 10 toes. Inhale, left arm lifts, reverse warrior. Exhale, left forearm down, right arm up or forward. Inhale, come back, warrior two. Exhale, pivot left toes, hands come to your outer hips. I'll turn again so it's easier to see. With your exhale, fold down over the legs. Fingertips come underneath the shoulders, lengthen. As you exhale, we're going to pivot the right heels to the right. From there, as you inhale, walking over with the hands towards the right foot. From there, as you exhale, pivot the left toes, left knee to point up. Now from there, again, fingertips could stay underneath the shoulders, or some of us might take that right arm to the inside of the right leg and bring the fingertips a little wide in front of the toes. From there, left arm might start to lift up, spinning the chest towards the ceiling. And if this all feels okay, elbows might bend and we might clasp the hands behind the back of the right hip. There's still a charge of the heels in towards one another. Taking another full breath in. As you breathe out, releasing the hands if they're clasped. Fingertips come back under the shoulders if they lifted. Inhale, come through center, bending the left knee, shifting over to the left side. Right thigh turns in the socket, knees and toes point up. From there, staying here, fingertips underneath the shoulders, or left arm inside the left leg, fingertips wide from the toes. From there, right arm can start to lift, spinning the chest open, and from there stay there, or bending the elbows, clasping the fingers behind the left hip. Heels hugging in towards one another. Taking another full breath in. As you breathe out, releasing the hands if they've clasped. Fingertips underneath the shoulders. We're going to inhale through center. And then exhale, we're going to go back over to the right, pivoting onto the left heel. Maybe the hands are walking with you through center, back to the left. Or maybe the hands are going to try to stay lifted. Using the strength of the legs, using the strength of the hips, going side to side. Last time over to the right, hands might be supporting. Last time over to the left. This time inhale, come to center. Exhale, pivot your toes forward and fold over the legs. Take an inhale, lengthen sit bones, armpits. Exhale, fold down over the legs. Taking a couple breaths here, knees might be a little soft. Arms might dangle, or you might start to walk the hands back in space behind the heels, coming up onto your fingerprints. Fingertips might be walking a little behind you in space to help you fold down. Taking another full breath in. Long clearing breath out. Fingertips coming forward to lengthen halfway up. Exhale, walking the hands back to the top, pivoting your feet. Inhale back to downward dog. Exhale, lowering your knees down to the mat. From there, big toes will come together, knees will come a little wider than hip distance, shifting the weight back towards the heels. From there, we're going to walk the hands over off of the left side of our mat, and then from there, we'll soften down. You could make a little pillow with the left hand or the back of the left forearm. Right fingertips walking away from us towards the left side to open the right side body up. Taking another full breath in. Long breath out. And inhale, coming back through center and over off of the right side of the mat. Again, you might make a little pillow for the forehead. Taking a few breaths into the left side waist. From there, we'll inhale to come back to center. And then from there, we're going to exhale to walk the hands back towards the knees. From there, hips will come to one side. We'll swing the legs forward. From there, just grabbing your blocks and bringing your blocks back so that they're within reach. And then from there, we're going to come down onto the back body. Taking a couple breaths. Once you get down onto your back, knees can stay bent, hands might come to rest on the body. Just allowing the body to begin to settle. Heavy through your feet, heavy through your hips. From there, when you're ready, we're going to inhale to bring the knees in towards the chest and then send the feet up towards the ceiling. From there, we're going to exhale, cross your right leg over in front of your left one, and then we'll bend the knees. From there, hands will come to the tops of the shins or slide down towards the ankles. And from there, as the knees hug in towards you, think of the hands also drawing the shins towards the sides of the room. Fairly heavy through the back of your skull, fairly soft through the front of your throat. Just taking a couple breaths here. And one more big breath in. And then keeping the shape in the legs, as you breathe out, simply lower the left foot down to the mat in front of you. As you inhale, press into the left foot, lift the hips, slide them to the right a couple of inches and bring them back down. And then as we exhale, we're going to let the shape of our legs drop over towards the left. If the legs are feeling like they're floating quite a bit away from the ground, you can always slide a block in underneath the right inner leg. From there, left hand can come to the outer right leg. Chest starts to turn towards the ceiling. Right arm can open wide to the side, and you might turn to look over your right hand.
Taking another breath or so into the right side body. And one more big breath in. Long breath out. And then as you inhale, head back to center, and then exhale. The left hand might help bring the legs back up. From there, uncrossing the right leg, pressing into your feet, bring the hips back into the middle of your mat. From there, legs will come back up as we breathe in, and then exhale, crossing left leg over the right. Bending the knees, hands come up to reach for the shins. Taking a couple breaths there, back of the head heavy, back of the shoulders fairly heavy. Knees drawing in a little towards us as we also take the shins wide towards the sides of the room. Taking another full breath in. And as you breathe out, release the clasp of the legs, right foot comes down. Inhale, press into the right foot, hips shift a little towards the left. And then we drop the legs over to the right, and again, a block could come down underneath the left inner shin. From there, chest starts to turn towards the ceiling, left arm opens wide, turning the head towards the left. Taking another full breath in. Long breath out. And then as you inhale, head turns back to center. Exhale, knees come back up. Inhale, uncross the left leg, and then press into both feet. Please bring the hips back into the midline. From there, feet are about hip distance apart in front of our hips. Hands are going to come down on either side of the hips with the palms facing down. Take an inhale here, just feeling the heaviness in the back body. And as you exhale, please soften the front of your throat, your tongue, and your jaw. As you inhale, we're going to press down with the feet to bridge the hips up, and then we'll exhale to lower the bum all the way back down. We'll try that again a few more times with the breath. Inhale, feet press down, shins move a little bit forward to make space for the hips. And then exhale, we'll lower all the way back down. Do that again, one more time please. Inhale, lifting the hips up. And then exhale to lower all the way back down. Taking a breath on the bottom, full breath in. Long clearing breath out. This time we're going to inhale. As you lift the hips, sweep the arms up and overhead. And as you exhale, arms come down, hips lower back down. Try that again if that feels okay. We inhale, adding the arms with the hips. And exhale, we lower back down. One more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale to lower back down. From there, please bring your knees back into your chest. We're going to lift the legs up, lift the arms up. We're going to allow there to be some softness in the joints. Softness in the elbows, the knees, the wrists, ankles, toes and fingers. And maybe almost imagining like seaweed at the bottom of the ocean and letting your limbs sway a little bit in the currents. Just sort of seeing as the legs sway a little bit here in space, how that feels for the backs of the hips, the backs of the shoulders, and making it feel like a bit of a massage. From there, as you're ready, please bend the knees into the chest, hands sweep around to hold the shins, and take a couple breaths squeezing into a little ball. From there, when you're ready, bring the feet back down, finding a block for a supported bridge, maybe one block on the middle height, or you might stack 2 blocks on top of one another on the lowest height. Once you have your block set up next to your hips, pressing into your feet to slide the block underneath the back of your sacrum. Once the sacrum feels heavy on the blocks, arms can come down beside the hips loosely, and you might turn the palms to face up. Taking a couple breaths here, and if it feels better to widen your feet a little bit or turn the toes out, you might experiment with a different orientation of the feet or the legs. Just really allowing the back of your hips to feel heavy. Now, in this supported back bend, the front of the body is quite open. And it might be a little easier in this shape to really feel that movement of breath, that expansion and contraction. From here, when you're ready, we're going to lower our block by 1 stage. If you have 1 block on the middle height, please turn it onto the lowest height. If you have 2 blocks, we'll remove 1. When you're ready, pressing the feet just enough to lift the hips to change the blocks, removing 1 or turning its height lower, and then settle your hips back down to the lower height. Hips heavy, ribs heavy, skull heavy. Taking another full breath in. Long breath out. And when you're ready, inhaling to lift the hips just enough, slide the block out from underneath and bring your hips all the way back down. Taking a few breaths here, and it might be a little easier to feel the sacrum, to feel the back of the hips now in contact with the mat. Knees can stay bent, feet hip distance apart. You could also turn the toes in and the heels out and let the inner knees knock in towards one another. And then from here, we'll shift into our last pose, Shavasana. You're welcome to keep the knees bent. You can keep them knocked in, or if you prefer to extend the legs, you could slide blocks behind the backs of your thighs or lengthen the knees all the way. From there, you might open the arms wide, or you might let hands rest on the body. And inviting the same sense of heaviness from our sacrum to radiate out from the center, getting heavier through the ribs, through the legs, through the arms, through the feet, and through your skull. body gets heavy and it finds the support of the ground beneath it. Knowing that the ground will hold you. Inviting your body to fully release, to fully let go. And wherever you are finding your body, inviting something else to drop. Some tension that might still be in the body, or a thought that is stuck on loop in your mind. Letting something else go. And returning again to this felt sensation of the heaviness of your body. In this practice, we moved a lot. Like the air, we flowed. We used the constant movement of our breath to stay fluid in movement. But we ended here, connected to the earth. And this relationship between this moving quality of air with the settling and grounding of the earth is so important. We can move and flow out of stability. And when that flow of life feels too chaotic, we can always return to the safety, the heaviness, the rootedness of the ground. This balance between the two. And taking one more breath here in this deep contact with the earth. And then when you're ready, starting to deepen the breath. Finding that flow of air again in and out of your body with more depth. And using that fuller breath to start to invite little movements back into the body. And in your own time, your own way, eventually rolling onto one side. Pausing on your side body for a breath or two. Making sure your head feels ready to come up. And when it does, extending the top leg, pressing into the hands, and coming up to find a comfortable seat. Legs can be in whatever shape feels comfortable. You might slide a block or your blanket in for a little bit of extra height underneath your sitting bones. Their hands can come onto the legs. eyes might soften or close. And taking a couple breaths here in your seated shape. And then when you're ready, gathering the hands together in front of the heart, taking an inhale to breathe the heart up into the hands, and with your exhale, nodding the chin down towards the chest. The teacher in me bows to the teacher in you. Thank you for your practice. Namaste.